Alan Lawrence. Encourage, equip, empower.
Hello guys, and today I believe the story of champions is always in their stories. So each and every person of us, so that you can confidently predict about your future, you just have to go back and really look about your history, to look about your story. So today I'm joined by an amazing friend of mine who I just met the other day, and he's willing to share his story. We are willing whereby we come and have a conversation so that we can be able to learn one or two things from his story. So let me allow him to introduce himself. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Almost my name is Stephen. Born and brought up in Kajedo County.
Yes.
I was born in Ngatarongai.
Okay.
I was by a single mother. And unfortunately, I didn't get time to. I didn't have that time to be raised by her because of some 1 to 3 issues. When I was of 2 weeks, my mother ran away. I was taken by my grandmother, who I loved so much, and I was taken to my sister hospital, a nursing hospital, which was at the moment was coordinated by sisters of something like Fatima. Yeah, the hospital.
It was a Catholic organization.
It was a Catholic organization.
Yes.
And I was taken there while I was of 2 weeks, and I was brought up in that hospital until I started feeding myself and doing
A lot of things.
Yeah. So later, my grandmother took me, and she started raising me up. I joined primary school, where I started.
Just for viewers, some clarification. So you are the only child?
No, I have some other siblings behind me.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, no problem.
Yeah, we have some other siblings behind of me. But those ones had no any issue
With the upbringing, okay.
Yeah, with the upbringing.
Okay.
So I later joined primary school, Ukombozi Academy. It is in Ngong, somewhere in Ololua location.
Okay.
And everything was okay. But it reached a point where things became hard. Maisha yakakuwa magumu.
Yes.
You had to do something for you to get something. And I decided to drop out of school, and I started hustling in Ngong market.
So at which class did you now stop going to school?
I stopped at class 7.
Oh, sorry.
Yes. So I started hustling at Ngong market, where I was carrying luggages for people, selling some paper bags. At that time, the paper bag had not been abolished, so I was doing some chores there. Afterwards, I met a woman inside the market.
Now inside the market where you were trying to
I met one
business.
of the seller, and she became a good friend of mine. And she liked me having conversation with her, of which she wanted to know the reason why I'm not going to school. Yeah, and I started expressing myself up to a level that she understood me, and she decided to take me back to school.
So now, when she took you back to school, she took you back to school at which class now?
I had to repeat class 7.
Okay.
But at this time, because I was not well, we were not well financially, so she had to take me back to a public school. And she took her time and took me to school. We went to a certain school around Ngong. That was Ngong Township.
Okay.
And she talked with the principal, with the headmaster who was there. And the headmaster heard our case, and he accepted that I should join school.
Yeah.
So after that, I joined, and I continued hustling with my hustle. I did my KCPE back in 2011. My KCPE
Hiyo
back in
wakati
2011.
alikuwa
Yeah.
some strict principle nani CS
Yeah. So nikamaliza hapo, sina pesa, sina kitu. And you know, in our culture, ama Kikuyu, in our culture, the moment you finish class 8, you have to get, there is some things that you have to do, like some birthrights that you have to do.
You know
That ile ya
circumcision yeah.
So I had no money, but sikuwa nimekosa something that I had saved through my hustle in the market.
Kidogo Steve, huh? There is something like now when you are doing all these, where was now your other family, your grandmother and everyone?
When I was doing my hustle, I was still living in my shushu's house.
Okay.
At that time. But my other siblings, they were with my mother, of which at the moment we had no good conversation with my mother.
Yeah.
So, because I still had that bitterness that why did this happen? Why did she have to leave me? And just because of many stories that I was given. So at that time we were not in good conversation
with your mom. Yeah.
So when it came to that point of getting circumcised, I had something. So another lady from the same market, we talked with that lady and she told me that she could assist me on how to go through that birthright. So she went with the people, to that person who does that, and they had a conversation, and I was allowed to be circumcised. So the ladies at the market mobilized some other ladies in the market, and they bought me some stuffs that were necessary for that thing. But before I went for circumcision, I had told my grandmother that I had to be circumcised. So I needed her blessings, because you can't do it without yeah. So the moment my mother heard about the story that I'm going to be circumcised, he sent my aunt to me, and she told him, go and tell him that the moment he gets circumcised, he has to die. He won't get out of that fate.
So it's like your mom cast you?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was ignorant, and I told my aunt that if God's time has reached for me to die, then I'm okay with that. But I have to be circumcised. So if I will die, let me die. So, and it happened. So I went through that right, and everything came out well. So after you.
So kidogo, so by that time when you are going through that, the healing process, where were you now? You were at the hospital or somebody's place?
When I was doing the healing process,
yes,
the same ladies who assisted me to get circumcised, they had rented me a house. They had got me stuffs to eat for that period. So they came together and bought some goods, some stuffs, and they brought them to my grandmother's place. So my grandmother was taking care of cooking and everything. So my grandmother took that part of cooking for me and looking after me. But the most important thing, the lady assisted me very, very much.
Wow, God bless you. So still we have people who have golden hearts out here who can come through for people, right?
Yes, that.
Yeah, interesting. That's nice. So now you've done through that process. Now umekuwa mwanaume, umekuwa mtu mzima. That's how the society perceives, right?
Yeah.
So now, how was life after that? Whereby now the society najua, hey, Steve now is a man, he's a real man. Yeah.
So the ladies had paid for the rent for one month. Because of that period. So after that, Nona unafaa kutoka kwa nyumba yenyewe. So I started again that life of living to my shushu's house. But I told myself, hapana,
Enough is enough. I have to be a man.
I have to do something. Because at that time nilikuwa napenda sana kusoma. So I started looking means of how I can join secondary school.
Yes.
So there is a certain shop around our place where at that moment where I was selling my card. So and I went and I talked to that lady, and I told her that the results are out. I have no money, and I've been called to some various schools. So kaniambia tutajua vile tutafanya. And she asked me, are you okay? Are you sure you want to go to school? Nikamwambia, yeah, I'm very much okay. I'm willing to join secondary school, so that I can
continue with my studies, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the lady took it from there, and I joined high school. It is in around Gong. It's PCA secondary school.
Yes.
On the way to Makasi. I joined the school and I finished. Although
you finished now high school.
Yeah, the road was not that.
Yeah, sure, and it has not to be. I know.
So you had to hustle, you had to go to school, you had to do so and so.
So during the holidays, what were you doing? Like?
So during the holidays, sometimes I was going to a hotel, nauliza kibarua nafanya.
So you were just determined to go through your education. Wow.
Yeah, so I was doing some vibaruas. Yes. But in the process of high school, I came across a guy who was my classmate.
In Form what now?
That was in Form 3. So the guy was, I don't know, the guy was not a straight guy. And because of the challenges that were there at home, sometimes I was sleeping. It's a difficult, but ilikuwa inakufanya ulale shule so that because you want to study, nyumbani hakuna stima, there is nothing. So ilikuwa tutalala kwa shule, but I came across a classmate who was not straight.
And before even you continue, let me just interrupt you. So this school, is it a boys' school or a mixed?
I mean, it is a mixed.
Oh, okay.
So things started changing from there. The moment I met that guy, and because the guy was well, their background was well, and because you want to survive, you have to do something. The guy was homosexual, of which I didn't know.
So you were just friends. You thought that this is a friend, a male friend.
Yes. Like 2 weeks for us to kukalia the exam.
KCSE.
Yes. We were sleeping together with the guy. At that time.
At their home or when?
That is in school. Okay. So we were taking. Sometimes we were taking a break and tunaacha kwenda nyumbani. We stay in school. We were doing some
further studies there ile tuku because ile anxiety exam. Okay.
So around midnight, I don't know what happened. Yes. So I found the guy had already sodomized me, and I was like, Hapana. I was again much bitter, and I was asking myself, why is all this happening to me? And I had nothing. Yani, needed to. It was somehow painful because you have no one to go to, you have no one to tell, you have no one to talk to.
Yeah.
So ile tu unanyamazia. So I had no one to tell, and at the moment the guy was well. So there are those guys when you wanna threaten when you say this, Nona. So I just went silent and kept quiet. So I completed my KCSE back in 2015. So after completing my KCSE 2015, I went back to Rongai where I found some. I got some work to do.
Steve, I know it's a bit sensitive, and yeah, sorry for everything that happened, and yeah, I understand. But now, just to ask, the moment you woke up and you found yourself like this guy had sexually abused you, what came to your mind?
At the moment, the one thing that came to my mind ilikuwa ile ya umejichukia, you don't want to live anymore because it's abnormal. Some things are abnormal. So I was so stressed. I was much stressed.
Did you talk to anyone?
I didn't talk to anyone because it's shameful to go and tell someone fulani amefanya. And because you didn't scream while the scene happened, you just found yourself. But before it happened, we had some drinks and no.
So you didn't know?
We don't know. I don't know what happened. Ile tu najipata. So I didn't tell anyone because sometimes it is shameful.
Yeah,
kwa ingine ni
kwa sababu with the stigma that comes with it, and so and na yeye asubuhi venye uliamuka ukampata
the moment I got up, I didn't get the guy there. The guy had already gone. Yes. So ile hapo kumuuliza nini tu nitaanza kuzungumza.
Na sasa hiyo ilikuwa kama saa ngapi? Ilikuwa asubuhi ama usiku ndio ulinotice?
The moment I noticed around 5 asubuhi because ndio niliamka.
Kona everything?
Yes. Okay. So that's the time I noticed.
Wow. So now you just ukawa na stress, ukakalia exams.
Yeah. So okay. I tried much to avoid stress because at the moment nilikuwa nafanya exam. And I didn't like those small issues. So nilinyamaza tu because at the end of the day you have no one to tell. You have nothing to do. Yeah. So I finished my KCSE.
Ukaenda home sasa.
I went back home. I stayed like for 3 days. And because my friends all knew my situation, what I was going through, she had a certain business, so she welcomed me into her business. She employed me, and I continued the maisha. So at that period of kufanya kazi, so maybe unaanza kuwa yeah, at least now you start being okay, because you have nothing that is stressing you. You have your own money, you're living your own life. But also this thing of living your own life, it has some consequences also.
Yeah.
This akili maisha unakaa tu, unataka kukaa, yeah, no one wants to know how you live. Also it has its own consequences. Because when I was in Rongai, I met a certain group of people. So in fact these people I came connected to by one of my friends who was in Rongai, and they came up with a chama. They needed to came up with a chama that this chama each and every month will be going to see parents. Kama ile ya kwenda kuona wazazi. So and I joined the chama without knowing that this chama had its own consequences. The group had their own missions and so on.
Okay.
So when I joined the chama, so we were meeting. The first meeting I went and found some suspicious things yenye hata uelewi ni vitu zinakaa aje. But already nimejoin the chama. So, because I had already invested in that chama. So, I didn't realize that the chama was for gay guys.
So you joined a group.
Yes.
Like innocently ukisema this one
Yeah,
ile
this is a chama, in ile chama.
just even something has just come up in my mind. I'm like, when you noticed that this guy amekufanya, did you feel like at some point kama ungekuwa na your family put together, your mom is there, you could avoid a lot of things? Did you question a lot of things now?
Yeah, I questioned a lot of things because you see, if my mother was there for me, I think I could tell her about it, and maybe something could be done, and maybe I could get myself in that situation. Yeah. So because of that, mzazi tu ako akae. Yeah, she does not need to know mtoto wako whereabout. Yeah. So because of that nini, nikataka kukaa tu peke yangu.
No, I guess.
So I was doing my own things. So even while I was joining that group, I just told myself that I'm in a safer place than there before.
Oh, okay.
So when I joined the group, kaanza kuinteract, but me I was innocently knowing that the group is a good group. Naenda kuona wazazi and so on and so forth. Unfortunately, ikakuwa ni kama mazoea. And I came and I found myself joining the group kabisa.
So and when these guys make us understand, when these guys were meeting, like kama mnakutana, the agenda ikatoka from kutoa pesa and what have you?
Yeah, the agenda of the meetings, the agenda number one was going to ile ya tunapanga tunaenda tunaona wazazi, and each and every month we had to get out some amount of money that we had to give out, so that this amount can help us to go kuona mzazi.
Yes.
So we came up with that tukapeana namba, kila mtu akacheza ile ni ya kuchukua namba.
Na walikuwa kwanza hapo mademo wangapi?
We were more than 20 guys, the ones that we are meeting, that was in that meeting. So kila mtu akachukua namba and everyone alikuwa anajua ni kwa namba fulani. So later nikakuwa more nini na the group, and I just came and I found myself nimeanza kukua na hizo hisia zao.
Yeah, I understand. So just still in the group, wakati mnakutana, so hiyo ndio mmetoa pesa, mmefanya nini, everything. So were these guys seducing you?
The moment we were meeting, everyone had his own agenda, because we were mixed. There were some guys and some boys.
Okay.
So me, I was saying it's a normal thing because kuna wasichana na kuna
vijana. Yeah.
So like a span of like 1 month, the second meeting we met, so kila mtu alikuwa, and you start hearing some issues, some majina zenyezi. So you see a man is calling, another man, seduce another man. So I found myself in that category of being seduced, and because of my situation, and also unajua lazima unatafuta mbaba at that moment, maisha imekuwa ngumu, and because you need this thing is pain. At that time, the guys who are in the industry was pain. So ungechukia kuwa na mbaba, and I found myself in that. Yeah. So I found myself in that group. So afterwards, nikapatana na one of the guys of the same group, and we started having a relationship with the guy. Without knowing, the guy had also his issues. So nikakuwa in a relationship, of which that relationship was not that deep. Yeah, to me that ile tu ya mnapatana, mnafanya vitu zenu, mnaachana. And unfortunately, the guy was HIV positive. So, of which sikujua at the moment we are meeting. Because you know, the moment you meet with this person, at least the first time you'll try to secure yourself from getting that, from some various things. So while you're doing so securing yourself also. But itakuja ikakuwa umezoeana na mtu, mmekuwa ile mmeingiana, so you just make it like another normal relationship. So unfortunately the guy was sick, and some span of months, the moment I heard the story, I'm not that guy who rushes, so I just needed to hear it from him. And the guy started being, akaanza kuwa na ile, anaanza kuwa na like vita, makasiriko, because nimemuuliza like, you know, the rumors you are getting, the rumors that are getting from people. So the guy started being furious and akaona achane na this guy kwanza atulie, so that naweza muuliza later akiwa fresh. So we departed, kila mtu akaanza kukaa peke yake, and I started living alone also. So nikakuwa into a state of denial. Nimekuwa depressed, nimekuwa sana na the guy that we trusted.
Now Steve, when you say now everyone can move out and what have you, so you want to suggest you guys who are living together had moved in?
Yes.
So you are just living like a typical husband and a wife?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Sorry about that. So with the even before you continue now, because of the HIV status you've heard about this person, did you at some point think of going to be tested or what have you?
The moment I got the story of the guy, nikakuwa into a denial, nikakuwa into depression. Kwa sasa nafikiria, I'm fearing, nikienda hosi nisije nipata niko mgonjwa, what will happen, what next? I was like, gosh. I stayed in that state of denial. Mwili ukaanza kudhoofika. Not the sickness, no, not now the sickness, it's now the depression and ile denial na ile stress ya mwanaume amekuacha. Unaona? So into some point ikakuwa worse. That was in 2018, ikakuwa more worse. I reached into a point of umeanguka, stress imekuangusha, umekuwa na stress kabisa mpaka inakuangusha. So when that point reached, I was sent to the hospital by the same shoshu, and the doctors needed to know where the mother of the guy is. They needed to see my mother or my parent.
No, the guardian.
Yeah, the guardian. At the moment when my mother was told that nimeanguka and I'm continuing to the hospital,
akasema nilisema atakufa.
No, my mother took a bold step and came to the hospital. Wakapatana huko shosho na mama, wakakuja, and it reached to a point the doctor needed to see the guardian of the guy, or my guardian. So they started fighting, both of them, Joshua and the mom. They started fighting ile ya kuvurutana, mimi mzazi, hapana, sijui nini. They started ile kuvurutana, and the doctor saw there was a mvurutano here. So the doctor said this guy is stressed, he needs to see her counselor, and that's when I went back home, and I was like, I was normal. So the following day I had to wake up and go to see the counselor. In that process of counseling, I was bold, and I just told the counselor that I needed to be in my status. So I was taken to a visit, and I found a doctor there, and I was like sasa nitajua kweli ndivyo na ndicho. So I was taken, the test was taken, and it was found that I was positive. And I was like, huh? Daktari, do you know what you are saying? I was like, do you know what you are saying? Can you take the test again? I was stubborn. At that time, I became more stubborn than before. Kamwambia take another. Whatever came into my mind, I started screaming. I created like a chaos hospital, and everybody was like, what is happening? Because I know that the doctor who was handling me, the one who took the samples, akashindwa kunihandle, and she called another lady, like the name Catherine. So at least the lady came, we had some conversation, nikaanza kutulia. The lady told me, no, because it has happened, you have to start the drugs immediately. And I told the doctor, no, she's going on. Me, I'm fed up with this life. Hata niache kukuuliza ndio, because I'm fed up. So I went back home. The doctor kafuatilia the place I live, akajileta yeye mwenyewe. So we started having some deeper discussion, of which it went like 2 months without me taking any drug. I'm not on medication. I'm now in that process of
just denial.
Yes.
Were you suicidal at some point?
Some point, you know, there is a time reaches and hautaki kuishi tena. Unatamani tu kifo ije ikuchukue. Because now you are going through a lot. First, ukianza kupiga route, mahali imetoka, mahali imepitia, mahali imefika, mambo ilikuwa magumu. Na ndio hii umekuwa tu na shida nyingine tena sijui nini.
And now
your mother is, yani you are not in good terms, your mother, no.
Na sasa after wao kutoka hospitali, after all that like let's say drama that happened, they didn't waliambiwa about your status.
They weren't told about my status
because it's confidential.
It's confidential.
Yeah.
I was the only person who was supposed to say it. So they didn't know anything. After the 2 months, nikaanza kuheal polepole. But also the guy, because I just needed to see, I needed to approach the guy and ask him some questions, of which the guy was, ukipiga simu yake ashiki, ukienda kwani hapatikani.
So na ile group watu wameenda wapi?
The group that we are in, for me, nilitoka kwa the group.
Okay.
Na kila mtu alidepart his own ways. The group became because the group, some people became corrupt and so kila mtu akaanza kudepart. So in that state of denial, nikaendelea the moment I was talking with the doctor, I just said there was a need of medication. Na nikakubali tu matokeo.
Kwanza na medication ukaendelea.
So after the 2 months, I started the medication. Of which the medication was not that good. To some point, the medication it's bitter.
Na sasa by then ulikuwa unafanya kazi ama nini? Because I understand
at the moment nimeachana mpaka na kazi.
Unakaa tu?
Nimeacha kazi.
So uko unataka pesa ya kukula.
At that time, the moment I got the stress, nimeachana na kazi, nimerudi to the same house yenye nilikuwa tu nakuwa na stress huko kwa maisha yangu, nimerudi. So maisha ndio nikakwambia kwa mbeleni ya kwamba maisha ikawa magumu zaidi. Because at the moment you have no money, nimeacha kazi. By the way, at that time I couldn't do anything. Hata ningepata kazi gani singefanya. Because I was stressed, I was like, no. So nikaachana na kazi. So wakati nilikubali the drugs, kaendelea na maisha and I just accepted.
sorry about everything that happened. And so moving forward, now umeanza sasa kuheal, you try to forgive your past, you try to forgive everyone around. Did you try to make ways with your mom and the entire family?
To my grandmother and the other siblings of mine, we are okay. But for my mom, bado tuko na vita. We had never come
And have a conversation.
Yeah.
Do you look forward? Have you tried, by all means, maybe mukwe in town? You have like mukwe na your relationship, mother son.
No. My mom is a difficult guy. Because you'll just try your best to have that conversation with her, or you'll be in good terms with her, but sometimes anakasirisha tu bure. So I just decided to live my own life, to continue with the other people who are accepting me the way I am, and continue.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, at the end of the day, with all said and done, you feel your mom. So I hope one of these fine days, and I hope and pray that one of these fine days, you have a conversation. You will, you know.
Yeah, everything will be okay. Because number one, for me, I have no issues with her. I just forgive myself. I forgive her. So sina issue yoyote na yeye.
Okay, but we hope one day or soon. Then now, after all those scandals, you said because ulikuwa umeingizwa kwa chama, and you had, because you mentioned earlier on, you were like ukadevelop na feelings towards, you know. So did you stop after all this, or what happened?
After getting myself in that situation of umekuwa mgonjwa and so on, I started having that fear of having sex with anyone. Then nikaachana na hiyo mambo ya have sex na mtu yoyote. Reason number one, I'm HIV positive. Reason number two, I don't want to make you suffer the way I suffered. So I got that fear of starting mtu mwingine akuwe na
I undergo the same challenge I've gone through.
Yeah. So even if I'm in that thing, I'm not in that thing for sex. Cause you get.
So you're still in the.
Yeah, I'm still in that thing. But I'm not in that thing to make someone suffer. I'm not there to have sex with anyone. I'm in that thing because of many of our community. Most of them are in denial, and 99% of us, of the community, 99% we are sick. And some guys are in denial. Mtu anataka ukimjeka, you want to kill another person. No. So for me, I'm not here to. I'm in it because I do have this feeling. But I'm not there to have sex with that person, to have sex with them. But I'm in it because I have this feeling.
You have those feelings towards men. Do you sometimes feel judged because of this thing, because of the rainbow thing? People do discriminate you.
You know what? In this life you do what pleases you. Sio chenye kinafurahisha mwingine. No, unafanya kile kinakufurahisha wewe. If you see smoking will make you okay, you just do. If you see taking alcohol will make you okay, you do that. So if I feel that being a member of Rainbow will make me okay, then I do it. I don't care what the other person will say. At last, we are not the judges. There is that one who will judge. At last. one who created you, me and you. And so I don't see the need of judging someone because of hivi. And you don't know also the reason the guy is there. You don't know what made that guy to be there. You don't know what pushed that guy to be there. In these circumstances, you don't know. Mtu ya milioni kilimpeleka akawa mahali pale. So I care less. So if you come and tell me, yeah, you have any good thing, you are I don't care. I will hear and it will just.
So now let me just put you on the spot. I know this is still sensitive, but the question is like now, let's say, do you have like somebody who, let's say, like in that state kwa hiyo chama yenu, like ulikuwa na mtu maybe alikuwa na kuai na ulikuwa na muai, like currently do you have someone in your life like?
Yes. Yeah.
I don't want to be judgmental. So like now, what is the relationship all about? Because if you said you are into it, at least to change the narrative, to be able to appeal to guys and tell them that, you know what, it's okay. So like, how is the relationship now with, let's say, with the guy?
The relationship is there. The relationship between me and him is okay. We are there to kushirikiana, kusaidiana.
Do you get intimate? And the guy is what of his status?
The guy at the moment, the guy is on drugs. Because also he found himself on that thing. He found himself he had done it with someone else who was positive and he didn't tell him. So the guy is on that thing. He's on drugs.
That's why you stay together?
No. Don't stay together.
Okay, so interesting. These are difficult ones. So what? So like now, currently, what are you doing with your life, and what keeps you going?
Number one, I accepted myself. I just made it life, in this life. Unapatana mengi but unaona. So number one, I accepted myself. Number two, I started taking care of me. I started taking my medication, my water bill, and that is very well. At the moment I'm working, I'm okay. Yeah, I'm well doing. So I have no issue.
So in this, just for viewers, so in this relationship, so you're the one acting as the husband or you're the one acting as the wife?
Into some point, that's a difficult question. So at the moment I can't answer that.
Well, I know it's sensitive. So Kamau, moving forward, because I'm also a Christian, I'm a minister as well. I'll ask, do you wish at some point maybe you'll change completely, like all those kind of things? Do you wish at some point maybe you'll have a family?
Yeah, into some point I'll have a family. Because that, being a gay, that's not the end of you. And don't split. And one thing you should know, even we people with families, we are getting ourselves saving. We are getting ourselves in that thing. Mtu ako na familia but he's still there. Not because he wants to be there, but because he has those feelings. Those are feelings. That's not a character of like, it's a feeling that someone gets him or herself. That's a feeling.
So it's a feeling. Me personally, I believe because I like the direction you just said that it's a feeling, and feelings can come and go. Feelings, feelings. So you hope at some point you really wish.
I hope at some point the feeling will just run away and I become the first come out. Yes.
Come on, why can't we walk this journey so that at least? And I understand you sing gospel, right?
Yes.
You have a deeper relationship with God. So you still believe God can change personalities. Because I think and I know that that's not the original plan of God, right?
I'm not answer for that at the moment.
Well, okay. This one was a difficult one. So tell us about your music career and your music journey.
Let me not talk about it now. Let it be another day.
Thank you so much for sharing your story and being a source of encouragement to somebody, because I believe and I know maybe somebody somewhere out there they're being judged and because of what they've gone through. Because we live in a society whereby people we are too judgmental and yet we don't know the options this person had in the very first step. So I really applaud for that, and I believe we'll walk this journey. We'll be able to see what is in store, and itakuwa sawa. So, and how can guys get in touch with you? Maybe for advice and
Only for advice, you can get me on YouTube at Steve Kamau. Facebook at Steve. Instagram at Stevenson Calvin 3.
well, guys, you've heard from Steven himself, and I believe maybe from that you've at least gotten something positive, and you'll encourage yourself. And just my precaution to each and every one of us is, as parents also, we need to be so much considerate about the children in school, because I believe some of the things maybe Kamau found himself into it because of the way he's just saying, because of the steps that he was in, and you realize that most of the people out here, people need love. So be there for them, be there for everybody. Do not judge, do not be quick to judge personalities, love them accordingly. And through love, that is when people can be able to change and continue with their lives in the proper way. But do not push somebody to be able to change, or do not push somebody to live up to your expectations. So my simple encouragement to each and every one of us, let's not be quick to judge without understanding people's stories. And for Kamau, we wish you all the best in everything you're doing, and hope one of these fine days we'll have this discussion here. Yes. And it will be a great one. So God bless you so much for opening up and sharing your story.
Thank you.
That was it for today. I've been yours truly, Alan Lawrence. Cheers.